Okay folks, so I'm going to tell you a little bit today on the 22nd of October 2024 about my little blood test that I had. It was a bit tricky to find my blood test. I had a whole bunch of nuts and avocados and a bit of green tea at the beginning of the day to make sure the blood flowed well. I'm doing some fertility testing because I've been highly active in my love life, and my therapist has asked for some clarification whether we're trying to conceive, have a baby, or we just kind of like having unprotected sex, although we're both clean. Sorry about the above 18 years PG rating on the blog today. I did some research obviously about increasing my egg size because I've been fasting, and fasting is not the best way to get all your macronutrients in. Just to let you know, you need about 30 macronutrients, and that's averaging 10 macronutrients per meal. And to do that over one meal or two meals is a lot more difficult. That means 15 macronutrients for one meal, and or maybe 30 in one meal, and you barely get 30 in one meal. Macronutrients refers to obviously eating things that have different colors, varieties of colors, not candy obviously. So if you have a tabbouleh salad and there's different colors in it, there's beans, there's cauliflower, there's chicken, there's bread, then you've covered 7-8 different colors. So you're trying to get like colorful plates full of wholemeal stuff that are unprocessed. Bread's not actually excellent for you, but it is a different color. So I'm focusing on that. I've done the blood test. It is a fertility or infertility blood test, just to check if my levels are good in terms of estrogen, progesterone, I think, just so we can avoid disappointment. Some of the risk that comes up with ADHD and hypermamas is we get really busy and we forget to eat, and we forget our age sometimes. We're hyperactive, we're sexually active, normally more than the regular bunch, because of the hypersexuality and arousal. So we forget sometimes that we're not as young as we were when we conceived our last baby naturally, which was, for me, 37. I started really young. I thought about why I didn't start earlier, why I didn't find the right guy earlier, why I wasted so much time with the wrong guy. But at this moment in time, as my therapist said to focus on, I'm focusing on the present. And I think I found the right guy. He's really right, and he's got amazing temperament, and he's open and vulnerable, and he connects. I just have to downregulate some of my urge surfing because I get really lonely, because he's become my primary hobby, and 15 messages a day is not good because he's got his own hobbies, pool, pokies, which is gambling, vaping, biking, friends with boys, and I just don't have any of these hobbies anymore. And it's really hard to get hobbies because you're a single mom, and if you have a hobby, that may take away from the days that I'm with him. So I've taken up yoga obviously, but more hobbies will probably be helpful, especially if they're social hobbies. And I need hobbies in which I can talk to people because of the ADHD. So I've, contacted some friends to see if they can kind of talk to me about some of my problems, and then I'll hear about his problems too. I'm not much of a cheating on my partner type person, so I like just to focus on the one person and hyper-focus, but sometimes that hyper-focus leads you to send like 15 messages a day, and he just can't cope with that because I think his ex-partner did that, and he had 18-hour shifts and then 200 phone calls. So that was it. I've been eating avocados, as I said. I've been eating avocados with smoothies. I've been drinking green tea instead of slow chai, trying to get my blood sugar down. That's what a lot of ladies have mentioned when they're trying to get into ketosis. It's at a pretty good stage. In terms of timing, I haven't had anything to eat, I think, since about I guess 9ish, 10ish, and then I went to yoga or meditation, which I fell asleep in at 10:30. So now it's almost 3, and I'm slowly going into ketosis, which is about 3 to 4 hours. So you're right, if you go into a fasting mode of 8 to 16 hours, you're gonna hit ketosis and you're gonna fat burn at some point. So the less carbs you have, the quicker you go into ketosis, obviously, and the less refined carbs and sugar you have, the better you will not hold on to the weight from the carbs the next day as well, because of the water retention and how carb absorbs your body fat and weight a little bit differently. But I'm not a personal trainer, so do get one if you want a bit more clarification. I'll let you know how my blood test goes in the next few blogs. Thank you for being there for me and following my love life and praying for us. So I hope all goes well with the fertility, and that we can conceive naturally, and maybe if there's a family in the future, that would be great too. That's all for the day, folks. Join us on the blog at Sense by Smartini. That's all, folks.